Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to my first match in The Digger. Pretty good results, even if I was using a booster for the RP, but really this tank is more just a toy. I finally have gotten to the point in War Thunder where I really don't care about the grind. I don't want any new vehicles, it's all high tier stuff. I have all these fun lineups with really great meta vehicles to play, so I decided to spend $25 on a toy. I gotta say, it's been fun after one match, because you see, we did end up picking up a few kills and all of them were cheap shots because, of course, and we're not gonna have a lot of success sniping is anything outside of 200 meters in this thing. But at close range, it is just a barrel full of fun. And I've already tested it a bit in test drive. And yes, Hesh is still the absolute turdiest round you could possibly carry, even if it's ridiculously large like this one. The driver of an IS-4 will absorb all the shrapnel, and it's sad. It's truly sad. And it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So this is not a meta vehicle, as I mentioned, but it's just a lot of fun, and it has this huge stubby chubby, and you just explode things every now and then when you're not busy being a victim. And it actually has really good defensive capabilities for its tier. As a 7.0 medium tank, not only do you have access to the benefits of being a medium tank, lower spawn point cost, and there it is, our first cheap shot, and that one just blew up every damn thing inside that Tiger 2, and I couldn't be more happy. If that was the only thing we got out of this match, I would still be thrilled, but there will be a couple more kills. They're, as I mentioned, absolute cheap shots, so prepare yourself for underwhelmedness and general disappointment up until the time where we push into the enemy spawn with our team and just start shredding their SPAA to pieces, because that is the intended use for 183mm Hesh shells, right? I think that's how big this cannon is. I've been told it's big. You're welcome. So, let's catch up a little bit, right? It's Monday. I just had a great time playing some D&D over at my friend's house. I haven't gone to church in a long time, since COVID really kicked off. And at the same time, I always end up talking about the Lord with Allie and a little bit with Sam. He makes his words count. But Allie always has lots to say. She's very enthusiastic, and she's a beautiful soul. And then we play some D&D, and I really love the friendships that I've fostered by going over to my friend's house and playing some Dungeons and Dragons. My character, Francis the Chattiator, continues to be mildly disappointed by how little opportunity there is to be stupidly overpowered as a combat build, I should say, like a melee build sorcerer in 5e is pretty sad. And you know what? That shot was kind of sad too. I could have sworn we were going to have him, but you know what? You live, you learn, you suffer through the ridiculously long reload on this thing, and maybe you DACA people a few times with your machine gun just because you can. I kind of wish we had a 50 cal on the roof, I'm not gonna lie, but it definitely helps that we have a 7.9 rifle caliber. 7.62 I guess would be the one. Anyway, the reverse rate on this, of course, is not terrible. Just like other Centurions, you have some add-on armor, you have some ERA, and you have some smoke grenades. So you saw us deploying those tactically, and RU-251 has to aim carefully to find a spot he can pin us with his chemical rounds, the poor sneaky bastard. But you know what? I don't feel sad. That one fell another 50 yards short or so, and a little bit flat to boot, because they take so long to fly through the air that the RU-251 can just be on another block of the street by the time you blow that one up. So this is not the kind of vehicle that is meant to get a bunch of kills. This is not the kind of vehicle that you can snipe people with. I know, there are some really cool long-range hits with this thing, but there's a little bit of magic and a lot of luck involved with that. And again, it takes several seconds for your round to fly more than a couple hundred yards, so you will be waiting and hoping that the enemy doesn't shift position slightly, because they'll be completely out of your scope by then. Tiger 2P, he also has to aim carefully to hit us, and we overshot by quite a bit there, and that comes down to the fact that I estimated the range poorly. You have to be spot on with your range estimation, and unfortunately it is still the case that the gun elevation range lies to you. Nothing actually flies as far as it says it does in your scope, so you have to do a little bit of bumping up that number anyway. Generally it's just one tick above where the scope says you're aiming, but in the case of this derpy boy, it's more like 4, just to accommodate Gaijin's lack of quality control when it comes to your scope. So, again, we're not doing super great here, but thankfully our team is holding together nicely. The line is being held. This tank definitely suffers from KV2 syndrome with its very long reload, even though it's just around 22 seconds for me at this point. That's enough time for a Tiger 2 to fire almost 4 times, so... well, that's one way to dig out a Panther. I don't think I've seen someone suicide bomb with an F4U7 more than a couple of times, but that just happened. Kamikaze. Ha ha. Anyway, now is the time, as you can tell, and I can tell, to push into the enemy spawn and clean out those pesky German SPAA that always start infesting the place after some Teutonic lads die their first time. And because it is premium spam season, thank you Gaijin for the most comprehensive sale in their history. Really, by the way, the Christmas sales have been very fantastic. I am enthusiastic. I almost wish that I hadn't bought everything already. But I think I own every single American premium tank in the game, and most of the premium aircraft, and I've been building my collection off of that. At least the premium ones that you can buy. I'm missing out on a few event vehicles, but not many. And as for that, as we push in here to rout the enemy, he was already dead, but we were gonna make him deader. Is there an overkill reward? Can you get a benefit for salvaging the enemy's scrap metal? Oh, by the way, I played a little bit more Hard Space Shipbreaker there. First part of the title's a little bit awkward. What exactly is Hard Space? Anyway, Shipbreaker continues to be a fun game. I played a little bit of it today, and I'm starting to get a handle for the controls and the tools. I only died like 4 times in the tutorial, so we're good to go. And it looks like a really fun game. It's the kind of thing that the kid that sat in the back of every other class but paid attention in welding class would probably enjoy. It reminds me of... let's just angle our side armor here. Fairly good side armor for a medium tank on the Centurion, so we get to do things like that. Bullseye. Oh, I'm never gonna get tired of that. German SPAA deserves this, so we're delivering it on a Hesh platter. And of course, because these are SPAA, you can't expect to have your cannon barrel knocked out immediately, but they're going to have a very difficult time taking me down because I have my team with me. It is spawn camping season. We're suppressing the AA. We're backing up our airplanes here. This This is important. This needed to happen. This is happening. And yeah, there's our last kill of the match, and we're just gonna kind of fumble around here for the last bit of things, but if it looks like I'm having fun, then I absolutely am. And I think it really comes down to the fact that I've set my expectations very low for this vehicle. I don't expect to hit anything out past 100 meters. And after that, I just want to make beautiful explosions happen every now and then. I want to destroy something beautiful. Is that too much to ask? So, I'm having a good time. I don't think I'm ever gonna get an ace in this thing. You know what? Maybe I'll play it a bunch and just get my next montage full of, oh, I kind of hoped he would be vulnerable. If we had waited just another second, we would have gotten a kill there. Oh well, you live, you learn, you let the besh be besh. What was I gonna say? Something about maybe I'll make a montage with a bunch of kills in this thing. We'll see if I can get any kills. It's actually a decent vehicle to drive out during the premium spam because it's a fairly good counter at close range to the Tiger 2. They've got to aim a bit, and you really don't. You just kind of hope to get lucky. You're gonna punch through. It's all about Gaijin's post-pen calculator after that. And again, SVAA do have a hard time punching through the armor on this thing. We're angled to where if they are going to go through, it's probably going to go into our engine compartment. And you can see even the, what's that thing called? The Kugelblitz. The Kugelblitz is having a hard time dealing serious damage to us. Now, of course, it'd be a lot more wise. Come on, guys, reload! Drink a Pepsi! I should have brought chocolate. But it'd probably be wise for me to have my front armor facing the enemy, but I don't know, we're just kind of screwing around, and there's no time to think. There's time to die. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I mentioned chocolate, and Brooklyn did not miss the opportunity. You want 2 candies? Okay. Hey, Guppy, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.